guys, I just got done filming a ColourPop review, and I actually had this sense that I was supposed to sit down and talk to you guys about my story. And I don't really know why, but what I want to do is implement vulnerability and true beauty within my channel, because I don't feel that beauty is makeup and beauty is this perfect photo that you get posted on Instagram that has thousands of likes. Like, I feel like beauty is being vulnerable and raw with people. So I had this sense that I was supposed to get on here and talk to you guys about my sexual abuse story. And I'm not going to get into everything, not because I don't want to, just because it is really long, but I was sexually abused for a couple years when I was younger, when I was around 3 to 4. And you know, that really changed the way that I thought about myself. When I was in middle school, like 11 or 12, like I had all these insecurities and I thought that I was ugly and disgusting, that I wasn't worth anything, that I had to look like this Victoria's Secret model and that's what would make me happy and that's what would make me beautiful. If only I knew how to do makeup, if only I knew how to be fit, if only I could do all these things. It like created this lifestyle. But to be honest, I didn't even know I was abused. I knew that something had gone wrong within my life because I knew that the thoughts that I was having was not how I was created to think. And you know, I was this 12-year-old sitting in my room like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I the way that I am? Like, why am I terrified of men? Why am I so insecure? Like, why do I feel like I need to manipulate people in order to have them love me? Like, why do I need to create these sob stories in order for people to think that I'm beautiful and worthy? And that was actually the year that I found out that I was sexually abused, and it was confirmed by my parents. And I remember when they told me, like, it was so weird, like this whirlwind of emotions, and I was like, went to my room and I just sat up against the wall with in like fetal position, and I was like, this is why I am the way I am. This is why I'm scared. This is why I'm insecure. This is why I don't know who I am. And I started going on this journey of figuring out who I was and figuring out how to get past sexual abuse. What he said and did to me actually created the way that my life was years down the road. And because I didn't know what had happened to me, I just thought I was just like this. And I was like, what is my problem? But the problem is with sexual abuse, what it does is it actually changes the way that you process and think about life. It changes your view on things. So since I was sexually abused, like, I didn't feel beautiful. I was at 3 brought into this world of sex and lust and perversion, and brought into this thing of all you are is this toy for sex. And that's what I was told as a 3-year-old. Whether he said that to me or not, that's what was imprinted on my heart. And so I've gone through like a really crazy journey on learning how to be healed from this. I was actually sexually abused by other people later on down in my life, which just made everything worse and made me, you know, actually I started cutting. But I actually, more so than cutting, I liked to do eraser burns because I didn't want to die. I wanted attention. And it was this place of, oh, if I do an eraser burn, like, someone will love me and someone will pay attention to me. And I felt like I had to hurt myself, and I felt like I had to be manipulative and create this like thing in order for people to pay attention to me. Like, I didn't believe that being happy and being confident would create someone to love me. I thought I was like, oh, if I come in and I'm like, love me, help me, someone will take care of me. But what really happened is if I act like a dog, someone's going to treat me like a dog. And what I mean by that is if I come in like, I'm worthy of nothing, like, I'm not beautiful, like, you tell me who I am, all these things, every little thing that that person does is going to mark you because you're giving someone that place. And so I really had to learn how to love myself and feel beautiful no matter what people said. And I still struggle with that still to this day. but it's something that I work on a daily, where I'm like, I don't care if someone else doesn't think I'm beautiful. Like, I'm beautiful. And I used to go into like tons of flashbacks and like PTSD. And I used to go into all these flashbacks. And so once I found out, like, all of a sudden, all those flashbacks made sense. And I was like, that's real. Like, that really happened to me. And I had to go back to those places, those scary places, and go, what was that little girl feeling? What was that little girl thinking? And what would I tell that little girl now? And I had to go through this process of going back to the little girl and healing her. And it's always a process. And it's always either, you know, there's always something more that you can learn. But I actually went down to the Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry. I know some of you are going to be like, what the heck is that? It's actually just a ministry school. It's Christian based. And, you know, I just went there to get healed. Like, I didn't go there for a lot of the reasons people go there, in the sense of, oh, I want to encounter God and I want to become a worship leader and this is what I want to do. Like, I just wanted to get healed and I wanted to be happy, and I wasn't okay with the life that I was living. And I was so tormented. I was tanning like 5 days a week. Like, I always had extensions on. Like, I worked out, like, no joke, 6 hours a day. I was 90 pounds. I, you know, had that platinum blonde hair and all this stuff. And I still hated myself. Like, nothing I did made me happy. And the more men I had in my life, the more unhappy I got, because the more insecure I got. And so, you know, when I went to first year, God was just like, hey, like, you got to quit working out. And so I quit working out. And I mean, that was a stretch for me, man, because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get fat. I'm going to be ugly. I'm going to get stretch marks. I'm going to get this. I'm just going to be disgusting. And I was like pretty crazy for a while. And this process just kept going. And he was like, hey, I don't want you to wear makeup anymore. And I was like, why would you take away the one thing that I'm passionate about? And I was pissed at God. I was like, are you kidding me right now? You want me to not wear makeup? You want me to walk around with no makeup and not work out and blah, 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 and just be this disgusting mess? And it was hard for me. And it even went further. But I started to feel happy. And I started to feel beautiful. And it took months, guys. This took months. I would show up to school in sweatpants, slippers, no shower, no makeup, nothing, and my hair up in a bun, and I was like, I'm here. And I had to learn to be okay with myself. And what was so interesting is, in that time, I got the most compliments in my life. People come up to me and be like, you're so beautiful. And what I learned is, when you love yourself, that's what's beautiful. Men weren't thinking, oh, she's so sexy. No, they were going, who you are is actually beautiful. And I would have men come up to me and be like, what are you doing? Like, you've changed. Like, what's going on? And I would tell them, like, hey, like, you know, I'm not wearing makeup. I'm not working out. I'm dropping everything, and I'm trusting that within that I will still be okay, and I will learn how to love myself and learn how to feel beautiful. And it was just this weird thing of learning, like, beauty isn't makeup. Beauty isn't my body. Beauty isn't this facade that social media has come up with. Beauty is that raw power of vulnerability. It's that raw power of, I'm okay with who I am. It's this raw power of, I actually hate myself right now, but I'm choosing to love myself. I would go to school with love written all over my body in permanent marker, and people would be like, what are you doing? And, you know, I was in a pretty safe environment there, though, and people would be like, oh, cool, you're writing love in your body, because, you know, they're Christians, and they're like, oh, cool. But, you know, I actually did it at work, and people at work were like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you can't show up to work like that. And I just was like, I want to write love in my body. And so what I did is for 3 to 6 months, I don't remember exactly, I would wake up every single day and I would have a list of everything I hated about my body, and I would flip it and say, I love this about my body. And every single morning I would write love all over my body, all down my legs, and all the problem areas that I thought I had. And so I had to sit in front of the mirror and go, you don't like your stretch marks, but what are you going to do? Like, you don't like how big your hips are, but what are you going to do? And I actually started repenting to my body and apologizing to my body. Because the problem is our bodies are our best friends. Like, we should treat our bodies how we treat our best friend. Like, it's what we have. It's what carries us. It's what makes us move. It's what makes us being able to hold a child. What makes us be able to hug our husbands. It's worthy to be loved. And so your best friend, like, you're just destroying on a constant basis. And I had a counselor go, you will never look like a Victoria's Secret model. You will never look like a Victoria's Secret model. So you either get to choose to love yourself or be pissed off because you'll never look like a Victoria's Secret model. And he wasn't being mean. And he wasn't telling me that I wasn't beautiful or as beautiful as a Victoria's Secret model. What he was saying is, Caprice, you're 5'3". So it doesn't matter how much you try, you'll never look like one. So you need to find the beauty in yourself. You need to find out what makes you feel beautiful. Because if you keep trying to become something that you're not, you're never going to be happy, and it's never going to be enough. And so I started apologizing. I'd be like, I'm sorry, body, for hurting you. I'm sorry, body, for telling you that you're ugly. I'm sorry, heart, for telling you that you're not worth something. And I took this time to be in this intimacy with myself. And through that process, I've learned a lot about what I'm passionate about, who I am. And, I felt like God released me back into wearing makeup. And he was like, what he told me was, I want you to wear makeup and show women how to do it in a way that's healthy. Because the problem is, women put on makeup to mask their problems. Women put on makeup to mask their hurt, or to mask their insecurities, or to get rid of their zit. You probably can't see it on camera, or whatever it is. But the problem is, makeup isn't about making you be something. If you're putting on makeup every day because you hate yourself or you're insecure, makeup probably is your worst enemy right now. And I love makeup, and I love fashion, and I love extensions, and I love tanning, and I love all these things. But I had to learn how to do it in a way that was healthy. And it's like, now I can walk around and not wash my hair and not wear makeup and not work out and do all these things, and I love myself. And I'm not saying you shouldn't ever work out. No, you should, because it's actually healthy for your body. But it's taking back these things until you're in a healthy place to be like, no matter if I get thinner, no matter if I get more muscly, no matter if this makeup makes me look better, then I will work out, then I will put makeup on, because I don't have this need to wear makeup. And makeup was something that I was called to, but it was completely perverted. It was something that I was actually supposed to do with my life as a career, but it was perverted. And I did it in this place of perfection, and it made what I loved miserable. Makeup was it was scary to me. Like, I would wake up in the morning and just feel terrified and be like, oh my gosh, this better make me look better. And it wasn't fun, and it was actually stealing something that I was supposed to be passionate and in love with. And so, I don't know why I'm saying all this, but if any of you have been sexually abused or physically abused or just emotionally hurt, don't ever let that define the way you think about yourself. Don't ever let that keep you away from healthy relationship. Because now I have learned how to be married, how, you know, I'm still in a process of being okay with my husband seeing my body. You know, I've gained a lot of weight since I got married, and that was like another level, and it's this new level of going, okay, so now I have a man looking at me, but he's not out to get me. He's there to love me. And it's coming from this place of you being able to have your dream, of you being able to be in a healthy marriage, of you being able to put on makeup and wear your clothes and totally express yourself and be okay and happy, even if it looked like crap that day. Or your makeup or your outfit didn't match, or your eyeliner got messed up, or whatever it is. And two, I want you to know, like, if you have been abused and you've been questioning like why you're hurt or why you're so depressed or why you're dealing with all these things, abuse actually creates a whole new mindset. It changes you. But you have a choice to go, I was abused, now I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to push on, and you are not going to take me down. And it's this place of being confident and being like, this is who I am, and you're not stealing my destiny and what I'm called to do and what I'm passionate about. And I had to come from this place for the person that had abused me and be like, I forgive you for hurting me. I forgive you for telling me these things about myself. I forgive you for creating a whirlwind in my life for the last 18 years. I forgive you. And just know, like, you're so capable of getting healed. You're so capable of feeling beautiful. You're so capable of pursuing your dreams. You're so capable of being loved, of being in a healthy relationship. You are so capable, and you're not alone. And remember to give yourself grace, because if you were abused, that does mess with your head, and that does create this like thought system for your entire life, and you're just going with it because that's what you know, because you were a little girl or a little boy. But it's going, well, how do I want to think? How do I want to live my life? And who am I? And I just really felt like I was supposed to share that with you guys. There's way more and more in depth, but I don't want to talk for 5 hours on camera. So yeah, I just really hope you guys feel encouraged. You guys feel beautiful and you're ready to take this on. Some practical things that you can do, like I said, is writing love on your body, or standing in front of the mirror every single day and going, I love you, you're beautiful. Like stretch marks, you are beautiful. You know, and it's changing the way you view them. Like I view stretch, so I was anorexic and really unhealthy. And when I started eating healthy, I got stretch marks. And so I have to look at those stretch marks and be like, you show me that I'm healthy and that I got past a disorder. Like, you're not a curse to me. You're actually proof that I have changed and I have grown and become a beautiful, healthy woman. And it's just doing that. So I just really encourage you to do that in your mirror, or write it down, or do it in your head, whatever. That's just a really practical way. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And yes, also, please, please, please comment down below, like, any questions you have. Also, I do have an email. It's smokedalive@gmail.com. If, like, any of my Instagram followers or subscribers, like, please, like, feel free to tell me your story and ask me questions about beauty, about abuse, about relationships. Like, I want to have a relationship with you, and I want to be vulnerable with you. And I also want to see you succeed. So that is my story, and I'm so much happier now, and I'm still growing, but it's always a process, and it's a beautiful process. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Bye.